sip wine.
Poppin', everyone.
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
I'm upset.
Right.
I'm fucking upset.
Y'all, we fucked up.
I fucked up. We're not gonna say us, because you know what? It really was my fuck up.
But we're a team.
We are a team. You know what?
My fuck up.
I'm so glad for you taking this weight off my shoulders, because right now I'm ready to fucking die.
We had a great intro.
We had a great intro.
A great everything.
A great everything. The vibes were great. We were smiling at each other. We were happy.
We were, bouncing off, rolling. We were doing the damn thing.
And guess what Ami forgot to do? Press record. So the audio was going, but the video wasn't going. And then there was a point when I'm looking down at the thing and I'm like, how far are we into the episode? Because I feel like we was talking a lot and we was doing a lot and we was moving a lot and shaking a lot. I was like, so what time are we at? Because it always is like a good little checkpoint to see what the time is of what we're doing. I looked down and we weren't recording. And Sammy's like, you know what? We're going to recreate everything. We're going to do it, blah, blah. And I'm over here like, man, just take me out the game. Can we start at tea time? She's like, no, we have to do an intro. So here we are, y'all, giving us a second intro when it doesn't hit the same. Right.
Another fucking intro. But you know what? We professionals, we got this shit. And we gonna give y'all what y'all need every motherfucking week. You feel me? All right. Don't forget about our little sip and review when you send us shit and we review it. Yeah, we gotta.
Don't forget our Patreon. We're gonna talk about Patreon. We're gonna talk about YouTube. We're gonna talk about every single social media that we have because we're not gonna stop this time. You know why? Because we're bigger, better, bitches, and we're gonna keep fucking going and keep the ball fucking rolling.
Okay, so can we talk about our P.O. box and how we need one and we need y'all to fund it?
Yes, fund it. Because there's a link in our bio, in mine, Sip and Spills, and Thug Sammy's fucking shit, where it tells you to support us.
It's the first tab. First thing you look at says support us.
I'm gonna say, bitches,
$5.
I'm gonna say we are not above asking for money. Come on, pay for something for us.
It's $30 a month for a PO box, and I don't want to spend that money.
And the reason why we need a PO box is because we have Sip and Review, which we need y'all to send us shit, so we review it.
Yeah, we're doing extended tea time this motherfucking week. We're excited. It's our 1.2 extended tea time. We tried it for the first time.
Yeah.
And
it didn't go over well. So
yeah, so we're gonna do it again, but we kind of have an idea what we're doing this time.
Facts.
So it's gonna go blow over real good. TikTok, y'all. We are trying to get in this motherfucking thing. We're gonna work on our TikTok. I think our next video is gonna be the twerking video.
Twerking video.
The twerking video is gonna be a good idea.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a great idea. You know, just to see the different styles of twerking. But y'all will see because they'll be dropping this week. We're gonna make some content tomorrow. We've been very
in my apartment this time. I'm
excited. We be busy bitches, okay?
Yeah.
And y'all as content creators or people that know people that are content creators, creating content is something that is essential for us to keep going, but it's sometimes the hardest thing to do, working with schedules, with work, with sleep. Bitches haven't got sleep. I was literally telling someone that I've gotten 7 hours of sleep yesterday, and I was so happy. That's like probably the most I've gotten all from last week. Because I was doing too much. I was everywhere. I was doing things. Shout out to the crew, because, crew is now in Houston. I'm a crew bee. I'm a crew bae. I don't know what the fuck I want to call, but I fucking love my job. I love my bitches. I'm black owned again, y'all. I'm back at the black man's place, But so far, so good.
Wow.
So far, so good.
We're back with the Negroes.
Not the Negro.
Oh, Jesus. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I love working with niggas, so yeah.
Can we put a side note that our crazy tail self, CEO, tried to send us another fucking NDA like we was gonna sign it? Bitch, you sign it. Bitch, you keep silent. No, it's too soon to talk about her NDA again.
No. Oh, it's not too soon because literally we could have done so much worse than we did last week.
Yeah.
But we wanted to keep it classy because we are
bad bitches.
Not just that, we are a certain caliber of women. And I'm not the person that gets any joy
off of tearing someone down. Yep.
But one thing about me is I'm a real ass bitch. So I'm going to say what it is, when it is, how it is, but do it in a classy way. Because there's no reason to tear her down.
Absolutely not.
Say what happened. But we don't say what motherfucking happened.
Yeah, and like I keep saying, I don't ever wish anyone bad. I wish they get exactly what they deserve. So with that being said, if you're going to get what you deserve,
It is what it is. So let's get into some motherfucking fun facts.
Absolutely not. We're going to tell them that the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode.
Did we do that
No, we did not.
time?
I realized that because I said I didn't even say my name. So we didn't say that last time. So it was great, but it wasn't that great then if we didn't do that.
It must have not been that important because we didn't remember it till right now.
We was flowing and going, bitch.
Okay, well the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill, and we create conversations. Oh wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious black girl Magic Teray.
So let's get into.
Was that my middle name before? I don't know.
I don't remember you. Girl, it's different every week. So
it is different every week. But if I said Black Girl Magic before, just know that this black girl is magic all the time. Period.
Amen.
So let's get into some fun facts, B.
I'm obsessed with candles.
Okay.
Pretty much, I love candles. If you don't know what to give me for my birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, give me some candles. I bought like 10 candles over the last yesterday, actually.
So do you think that you would ever be on like My Strange Addiction for TLC? You know how they go.
I don't do anything weird with candles.
I mean, that's or maybe hoarding. Hoarding's on TLC as well. Would you be a person that hoards candles?
Never, because I don't think that's possible.
I think it is, ma'am.
I mean, not for me. I would never have that many candles that would be hoarding.
You never know. You said you're obsessed with them. You never know where your obsession. You
candles.
never know where your obsession
honestly,
will take you.
I think the reason why I buy a lot of candles is because I burn candles all day. Like when I'm in my apartment, when I wake up, the first thing I do is turn all my candles on. I have a candle in my bathroom, my living room, and my kitchen. So
okay.
I'm burning candles for like maybe like as long as I'm in my apartment the whole time. Because if you ever go to my apartment, I love for it to smell good. Like, I like to be welcomed with a good smell. So, yeah. I think I need a lot of candles. Cause
my house usually smells like sage. And I'm like, bruh.
Your house smells like nature. Like natural. Like, just no good smell. No bad smell.
It just doesn't smell like anything like perfumey. I know.
My apartment is more like.
I hear that all the time, though. You're not the only person that says it. They're like, so your house just smells like this? I'm like, yeah.
It's just not bad.
But sage is not a pleasant smell, though, to be honest, though. Sage is like, it smells like a force. So you're right. It smells like nature. It smells exactly what the fuck I'm...
And I sage in the morning, but
you put a candle.
Put a candle. Like, I take a shit and I put a candle. Like,
not taking a shit and put a candle.
I do. And someone's like, it doesn't work fast enough. I'm like,
in that order, shit does not a candle. I'm sick. So my fun fact is, I just went on a shopping spree at a metaphysics store. Speaking of my fucking sage, I just got some new sage. I got some blue sage. Blue sage is for prosperity. It's for I've read the shit before I got here and I just got it out of my head. But I got some blue sage. I got some for me, my nigga. And I'm like, I'm also giving him some sage so he can sage his life because I'm saging my life. So I feel like we need to be on the same alignment, same vibration. So yeah, I mean, I got a lot of shit. I spend a lot of it. And that's why when I was on Twitter today and I was like, you know what? When y'all talk about energies and crystals and shit, put some respect on it, because clearly if I can be at a metaphysics store and spend as much as I spent, put some respect on the shit I put my fucking energy into.
Do you want to do an episode when we do a tarot card reading?
I think that would be beautiful. It would be scary because I feel like we'll be hearing it right.
No, I don't know. Not a vlog.
I feel like, we can do a vlog if we wanted to, but I'm just saying, or we can have them come here and just say what do they feel from our energies and what we. I feel like that would be scary to me because I'm like,
I wonder how much they're gonna charge. They gonna
want a bag.
They want a bag, yeah.
But I mean, we got topics that we need to do and X, Y, and Z. Also, side note, y'all. Same since we're running out of topics to talk about, so send us shit because she swear we not talking about shit, but we talking about everything, okay?
I feel like we're just running out of shit to talk about. I like how unique our show is, and it's like, damn, how much more uniqueness can it get?
I mean, you can only talk about so much when you talk every fucking day, okay? So
yeah, we talk every fucking week. Some shit.
Okay, so let's get into some wine facts so we can get into some motherfucking tea time.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't pop this bottle earlier, y'all. We already went through this shit, but you know what? Let's talk about Miss Pines. We really did like it. Like, it's really good. So it's a Merlot. You know what? We gotta go into the nigga. So this was purchased by some nigga.
Yep, some nigga.
So I think we need to talk about this nigga that purchased.
Talk about the nigga. Can we talk about the flavor notes first? Niggas don't get our attention that much. Okay, like we said earlier, this is 14.6, I believe. What was it?
Yeah, it's 14.6.
14.6
alcohol
content. And the flavor notes. What were the flavor contents? Like,
okay, so it is 88% Sonoma County and 12% Napa County, which is where they're from. The flavor notes is a black cherry ripe with berries, complements with mocha and brown spice notes, finishing with a generous supple texture.
I don't know what supple texture means.
This shit is like it's really
amazing.
Good.
It's amazing.
It's kind of sweet at the end too. It's almost sweet. It's just like
it gives you just enough like kickback where it's like, okay, I see what the fuck y'all was doing. Something that's gonna make the bitches' panties come off just a little bit. You know, what's it, the English accent? Just a little bit. No, I did it wrong. Okay. Anyways,
I don't know how it's supposed
the backstory about the man, we gave him a shout out last week.
Nigga.
So I met him under the pretense of like when I was at work. He was like, I love black women doing their own thing.
Crew or Katie Vibes?
Katie Vibes.
What was he doing there?
At the bar, being a motherfucking creep.
Did he live in Katy?
No, he lives in Cinco Ranch.
Pretty much the same thing.
Is it? Yeah. No, not Cinco Ranch. He lives in Cypress, past like where white people live. Because he took me to a Sands boat over there, and it was like where white people have boats.
The Barker Cypress Sands boat.
Yes, so he lives out there. He lives out there, you know, by those white people houses and shit. So
let's not call them white people houses. Let's call them people.
Niggas that got money houses.
Yes.
Even if they white, niggas that got money.
Yeah,
okay.
Because they can be black people there who have money or Asian.
Clearly, because he has money and he lives out there.
Yeah.
So, okay. I met this man under the pretense where he was just like, I love black women that are out here trying to do businesses, blah, blah, X, Y, and Z. And so he was like, I want to invest in you and your co-host, blah, blah. I want to see y'all prosper, X, Y, and Z. Mind you, I didn't give y'all the backstory, but I only known him for all of a week. Okay? So, as we went on our first business meeting, X, Y, and Z, he got us our wine, which I'm so thankful for, and I'm going to thank you for, because this is probably going to be the last time that you're doing any business with this Real Sip and Spill. But, fast forward to this man texting me about his sexual desires and
the last time he had sex
and what he wants in a woman, and he just wants someone that's down for him because he's too busy to date X, Y, and Z. And
someone that's young. Very specific on being
young, the body type, the look. And he asked me, do you have someone that fits that type? And then I literally was like, what? And then he was like, oh, my bad. I'm just saying, I just want someone that's gonna, I sent it to Sammy. I can't even explain it in grave detail. But the man approached me on some business shit, but on the back end, he really wanted someone to get his dick wet. So
let's talk about how a lot of times in this industry that we're in,
bartending.
Not just bartending, just
service industry.
No. Just like in this industry that we're in. I wouldn't say we're in this industry. The entertainment industry.
Okay.
That a lot of times they say that women always have to do something sexual to get to where they are.
Facts.
A lot of times women are never, she does it herself. It's whose dick she said, who's whatever.
And that's really what it kind of felt like.
That's what it's. Yeah, I'm like, but y'all always offer it to us. So for y'all to bash us for doing it, y'all always open that door for us because he wanted some sexual. Favors for what he was doing. Eventually, that is where he was leading.
Yeah.
If he were to keep accepting money from this man, he would eventually want some sexual favors.
And I made it extremely clear to him, that I did not want to date him.
Exactly.
And because I said that to him, he was like, "So what about your friends?" That's literally that's the second thing he said after I said, "I don't want to date you." I made it very clear. I was like, "If we're doing business." I don't want to mix that. And then this man got on the bridge of being emotional on it. And I'm just like, if you give me a gift, I shouldn't have to think that there is a backhand of me receiving that gift. Meaning that if you want to see us prosper and be bigger, better, better bitches, do it from the heart. Don't do it because you want me to suck your dick, because I'm not going to.
And he wanted.
Ami doesn't suck dick. We're not going to talk about that right now, but we're going to get into some motherfucking tea time, because a wine fact is a wine fact. So thank you, T, for the wine. Thank you, T, for the wine.
I never trust niggas with letter names. Let's just say that. Always something wrong with them. Speaking of letters with letter names, Little Nas X. Okay, so the first time I heard about Little Nas is probably the same time we all heard about him. with the Old Time Road song. But previously, he was like a Barb. He was a huge Nicki Minaj fan, and being a Barb also. Girl, are you really texting in the middle of this episode?
Girl, but it was on you.
In the middle of this episode, sis. You can't just take 5 seconds to not text in the middle of the episode.
Girl, why you stop talking about the Barb to talk about me?
I cannot believe you were texting in the middle of the episode.
I mean, you would if it wasn't your phone we was using.
I would not. No. Ever. Let me not talk, maybe, if it happens. I don't know. If it happens, they'd be like, bitch, remember when you said you want to ever...
Girl, because I keep receipts. Locked and loaded.
Okay, so he was pretty much Barber Troll, whatever. So he has this music video, like it came out recently. It's the Montero song.
Never heard it.
Yeah, it's a, I don't know. Little Nas doesn't make song for us. Doesn't make music for us.
He don't, but his shit's his vibe. I mean,
I like it.
The more you hear something, the more you like. Because Old Town Road, when I first heard it, I fucking hated it. Yeah. But I'm like, take my arms to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna
Billy Ray Cyrus on it. I'm like, yeah, he got Billy Ray on it.
You remember when they made a billboard of him, Billy Ray Cyrus, like it was his song when it was really Lil Nas X, and they said that, and Billy Ray was like, you guys can't do that. Like, that's racist. Like, why would y'all promote his song but don't put him on there? And he was like, I don't want to be part of this. And then they ended up putting Lil Nas X because they want, I think it was like the Doritos shit. That's why they got a whole commercial off of it. Yeah. I think it was Doritos. I'm not sure. Fact check me off. I'm wrong.
But I love that he set up and said it, but it's true. It'll be like, okay, for example, that TikToker that be dancing, the white girl, she was on Jimmy Fallon doing all this TikTok dances, which of course came from black creators, and she's doing it unseasoned and horribly. And they were talking about how like she's the face of it, but she's not the creator of any of these dances. But yet when it comes to TikTok dances, they show her face. So same thing with Billy Ray Cyrus. This is not his song. He's not the face of the song. He hopped on the motherfucking remix, and he is the face of the song. So yeah. I mean, give black creatives their...
I'm going to say, historically, that's what had happened in real life. Let's be real. We built this country, and white people are eating the fruits of our labor. Always. So I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to keep saying that, and if y'all feel offended, take that up with God, not me.
Yeah, so he had this music video, and it's a lot of gay and devilish shit, you know? It's
gay devilish shit? I don't know what that means.
It's all the gay devilish shit. Because one, he's... giving the devil a lap dance. He's sliding on the pole. Okay. You know, this is one scene. He's like ascending into heaven, and he's like, "Fuck him, I want to go to hell." He like goes down the fucking pole and then slides on the devil, and he's like backing his ass up on the devil.
It's the fuck the heaven for me.
That's what he said.
If you
he almost went to heaven. He's like, "Fuck that shit."
My question is, if you ever had the opportunity to give the devil a lap dance, would you do it?
No.
Why not? I wouldn't give God a lap dance. I just feel like,
I don't want no association with that man, with that woman, with that thing, whatever it is.
Hey, you know, you never fucking know where your blessings land.
I'm not. There's no blessings with giving the devil a lap dance.
I mean, the devil was a clever man. He betrayed God, and he ended up getting his own fucking space for it. Like, who the fuck else got their own fucking whole thing named after them? Like, everything
that has nothing to do with giving the devil a lap dance. You know that, right?
I'm just saying.
You put in two things. Because he was able to be smart as a betrayer. What the fuck?
Opportunities come in different ways, and I'm just saying. Maybe the lap dance you gave the devil was good enough for you to be his right man. I'm just saying. So you know what, Lil Nas X, I'm not mad at you. Take your opportunity as they come.
I'm not mad at the music video. All these super Christians are popping out of nowhere saying, this is wrong, this is evil, this is blah, blah, blah. Where were you when we were having kids in the border being torn over their parents?
I don't know.
That's evilness.
I think that Christians have a problem with people having fun. Like, I feel like giving the devil a lap dance is fun. I don't know. I might do it.
It's just watching it doesn't bother me. Like,
I know.
It's funny.
Just imagine someone sucking Jesus' dick. Someone probably did it. You know, it's just like little things like that.
I want to think about that.
And I know, but I'm just saying, like, let's just think about the world that we're in. We're secular human beings. Yeah. That's why Jesus was there. He saved all of our sins before we even got here because he knew we was going to fuck shit up.
Right. So he has this shoe coming out, or that's supposed to come out soon, with Nike, and it's supposed to be with human blood in it, and it has some Bible verse in it, and pretty much Christians are like, oh my God, what is wrong? Why would it have human blood? And I'm just like, why would you even believe there's human? Whose human blood do you think is in this nigga's shoe that you just...
Honestly.
And one, two...
Blood can't even survive outside of the body. Honestly.
And freaking Nike made a statement saying that we do not support this, we're not affiliated with this, and they're trying to sue Lil Nas X. It's a whole big deal, but I feel like y'all are just doing everything this man wanted y'all to do.
Honestly.
He's making money off
I'm saying any
shit.
publicity is good publicity. Don't we always say that shit?
This
Nigga's a troll. He's a fucking troll. Remember when the fucking white people stormed the Capitol? And he was like, it's my turn now. And he was a picture when he was in RS. What is it? RJTCP? What the fuck is that shit y'all be doing in high school when y'all think y'all going to the army?
ROTC.
That shit. That way.
RSJP. ROTC, bitch.
So let's speak of another fucking troll that's trolling the fucking internet at a alarming rate at every fucking term that he does.
You think he's a troll?
He's a fucking troll at every fucking turn. Introducing Sammy's most favorite problematic nigga.
I love me some little Boosie.
I want a nigga with a Boosie fade.
See, girl, you know me well. I love me some niggas with some Boosie fade. I love little Boosie. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, the way he talks, the way he acts. He's not even fine though, but his demeanor's like, Boosie. But yeah, he been doing some hood nigga shit, and he did some hood nigga shit over the weekend. He paid this man $500 to slap him. Yeah. But the kind of slap this man received.
It was a disrespectful slap. It was like the Texas T slap. You remember that one?
He slapped this man. Oh my God.
It was the slap heard around the world.
This is $1,000 slap. I'm sorry.
But it was $500 though.
He should have paid the way he slapped him, and he should have paid him $1,000.
Honestly, though, because he put his whole fucking body in, and Lil Boosie ain't even that big to be putting your whole fucking body.
When I watched it the first time, I'm like, Lil Boosie don't give a fuck. He over here slapping niggas on the street like he ain't some rich nigga. And to find out it was for a music video, I'm like, and then I see the baby on the corner. I'm like, the baby over here not even reacting to the slap. I know you a hood nigga, but if you hear someone slap someone like
you
that,
don't flinch.
You don't always look. Lil David is still looking at the counter like this. I'm like, oh, this shit fake? Like, why'd you slap this man like this then if it's fake? Like, what?
There are ways you can do a fake slap that make it look real, but this nigga was like, I'm so ignorant, problematic, and I'm Lil Boosie, and I'm gonna pay this nigga $500. I would never get paid for $500 to get slapped. You gotta put a mill on that bitch. This face, my moneymakers.
Not even $500,000.
$500,000 maybe, but you not slapping me for $500. That's like half of my stimulus.
You can slap me for $50K.
Okay, bitch, I ain't got it, but I'll probably slap you for free. I ain't saying.
What? Yeah, I would take if you're gonna pay me $50K. What's the lowest you'll take? $10K for a slap? I would take $10K for a slap.
I will take $50K because I just feel like I'm so good looking that I have to put some standards on my face. So you gotta.
You wouldn't take $10K for a slap?
Honestly, if you were slapping me like Lil Boosie slapped me, I'm not taking $10K because I feel like that's. you gotta think about it. It's the disrespect that follows you for the rest of your life. It's not even just the slap. The slap I probably would get a lot cheaper, but the fact that it went viral. This man lost. He's Instagram banned again, y'all. I guess what is his name? What is it? Zimmerman? What is his name? What's the first name? Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman?
No. The other one. The guy that owns Instagram. He got something against Boosie. Because remember how Boosie lost his Instagram when it was like Boosie TV type shit? What is his name?
That is,
What is the name? It's the same dude from Facebook.
Yeah, Zuckerberg,
Zimmerman, y'all both fucking terrorists at this point. Like...
What's his first name? Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark. Mm-hmm. I'm over here thinking about Tom from fucking Facebook.
You said Zimmerman. I'm thinking the nigga who killed
Trayvon. Girl, no, but yeah, I couldn't remember the name. It's a Z for me. I don't fucking remember. But either way, we out for you, Boosie. I mean, Sammy supports you. I do not. I feel like if you slapping me like that, you gotta put more than $500 on my head. I'm upset.
Not even $10K.
I'm upset.
I think
50,000 on my head is disrespect. Drake said it himself. So offended that I had to double check. Come on, I'ma always take the money over sex.
Would you really?
Money over sex? Yeah, not every dick is worth it.
I would always choose money over sex, but I feel like you might choose sex for the money sometimes.
I mean, I like sex, but it depends on what dick it comes with.
I would never choose sex over money.
Ever. I mean, you never know if the money's attached to it. You never know if the dick is attached to someone that got money though.
I'm not thinking it like that. I'm thinking like, would you rather make money or have sex?
I mean, I would always rather make money.
Yeah.
But if I can have sex with someone that does have money, why not?
So he'll give it to you?
Say what now?
He'll give it to you?
Why wouldn't he? If I'm bust that pussy open and you told her bring it back, bust that pussy. I've never had sex with someone that didn't give me money. I didn't ask for it. It just inadvertently came to me in like gifts, dates, and because I mean, you tell people up front they got to give you money. I get money.
Give me some money or we're not. I never.
You don't say that, but you pretty much you set your standards of what you want for dating you, right?
Yeah, I never told someone.
I never tell a nigga that he has to give me money, but I feel like you see from the men that I date without me even asking for it, they'll be like, oh, how much is this? Or they'll just send me money. I like niggas that just send me money because they know I'm having a bad day. Like,
of course.
So, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, so it's like I get the money over time. So if I can get dick and money over time, I mean, I'm gonna take the money over $500. Shit.
You mean you'll take the sex over $500?
Yeah. Go to the next topic because we're gonna set this topic forever if we talk about this shit.
Okay, so there's a new movie coming out on Amazon Prime April 9th. It's called Dem. It pretty much
Dem or them?
Dem.
Dem like DEM?
No, THEM. Dem.
Oh, but how you said it? I thought you said dem. Like I was like, okay, hood bitch.
You know, I guess because my little African side be coming out, and sometimes when I be talking dem, So yeah, it's Dem with the THEM. It looks pretty much like us.
Yeah.
Literally, I feel like Lena. I think she's also going through a sexual harassment charge, or maybe she.
Is she white?
No, she's a black woman. Lena.
Oh, the one that was on
the gay one.
She was on Ready Player One, and what else was she on? I want to say she did. Didn't she do that?
Is she black or is she white? There's also a white woman.
Lena, let me look it up. I feel like that's the woman that you're talking about. Is the one that did.
I assumed it was the
dyke one,
the gay one, but I didn't even double check.
Lena. What was her name? Hold on, them.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Lena. Hold on. Talk about it while I'm looking it up.
Yeah, so there's a movie called Dem, and it pretty much looks like us, and it's just another movie about black trauma. So there's this black family who moves into a mostly white neighborhood, and of course the white neighborhood.
It's a black one. It's
the gay girl.
Yeah, she's from Chicago. The one and she was on Queen and Slim. That's what it was. Queen and Slim. She's the one that directed that shit.
Yeah, and I think she's going through divorce with her wife or something.
Is her wife white?
I don't think so.
Let me look. Keep talking about the movie.
So yeah. So anyways, the movie is pretty much about this black family who's in a white neighborhood, and the white people were nice first, and then they started doing evil shit like they always do, and they're trying to like get them out of the white neighborhood because what is these Negro family doing in this white good neighborhood? They're ruining their neighborhood, yada 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 yada. So that brings me to our topic of conversation. All these movies and all these things we see all the time, we are so fucking tired of black trauma. Did you find out if her wife is white or black?
It's black. She's black. Yeah.
Was she like a femme or like a...
She was very pretty. She was actually very pretty.
I wonder, they were married for a long time. But
they said 10 months. They were only married for 10 months.
But you do know lesbian relationships always like
They move really fast and then they die fast. Yeah, because I know I had a friend of mine where she was with somebody for like 3 months and they got each other... initials that tattooed on each other.
Yeah.
Cannot relate.
I know this one girl, she is one of those people who rent apartments. She says she doesn't like renting to gay women because they always break the lease really fast. Because they move into each other after knowing each other for a couple months and then they break up and break the lease. But we are not, what's the word? That's not racial profiling. It's called something. But we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate here. We rent to gay couples. But,
I mean, we're not, what's it called?
No, I mean we, as in, but we like, you should run to gay people regardless of if you feel like they're going to break up fast enough.
Factual. But y'all are going to break up. I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all going to break up. I love y'all, but y'all going to break up.
So, yeah, no more fucking black traumas. I feel like we're so tired of constantly seeing black trauma on TV. Like, everywhere we look, it's a movie, something happened in real life, something on the news, something online, something on Twitter, something on Facebook, something on Instagram. It's always something.
And I feel like you forgot to mention that when it comes to black traumas, there's always a sprinkle of truth in it. Like when you were talking about the movie, It's like they moved into a white neighborhood and then everyone's trying to get them the fuck out of there. And it's like, once again, it's like, why is it that we have to deal with these things? Because shit like that. You start somewhere and it's always fucking like everyone's so nice to you and they're so welcoming to you, but they're trying to get you the fuck out of there secretly. Because even with the show Blackish, if you ever seen it. It's like they're like pretty much the only black people on a white neighborhood, and like they have this neighbor who's nosy as fuck, and she was like,
"Oh, that white lady."
Yeah, she's like, "I've seen some black people. I didn't know if that was your people or they were different people." I'm like.
But that's the stuff that we actually go
deal
through.
with.
Yeah.
So it's like there's always a sprinkle of truth into our traumas, which makes it like it's like a jokey joke, but in all seriousness,
it's not a joke.
It's not a joke because it's like it's something we deal with. So that's what gets us to our topic of conversation.
Yeah. So black trauma is everything we learn about our existence is rooted in trauma.
Yeah.
Like it's just. Do you know how tiring it is growing up learning like damn. Everything racist?
Yeah.
Like, everything we grew up learning was racist. Like, you know, learning that the Five Little Monkeys, that nursery rhyme we used to sing was actually racist.
Yep.
Learning that the Three Little Pigs was actually racist.
Yep.
Learning that Dr. Seuss books was rooted in racism. And I love Dr. Seuss books. I, remember reading it as a kid. Learning that Susan B. Anthony, who we pretty much to give the token for women's suffrage movement and allow women to vote, never intending on black women voting. When she's talking about women voting, she said she'd rather give her left arm than have a Negro vote. So all these things that we learned growing up about, we found out like, oh no, rooted in racism.
But I mean, does it ever surprise you? Because I think when I talk about certain things, before I get into the reason why, what things we learned, it's like, because when people say black woman, I'm like, we're black first, woman second. We'll never say we're a woman first, and then we're black second.
That's like a double-edged sword, though, for black women. Because we can say we're women first, yes, but white women always take precedence. Yeah. And we can say we're black first, but black men always take precedence.
We say black women take precedence, but people follow black women more than they will follow a black man. If a black man is not married to a black woman, we don't take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a double-edged sword for them because it's like they have to have a representation of their blackness. Black men can't just be black men. Right?
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't.
You don't think so?
Even when you think about it, when you see movies, you never see a lot of black men in power. You see them either as a sidekick or X, Y, and Z. But you will see a black woman in power. Or you will watch movies with white women in power. It's like you will see women in power more than you will see certain people. It's the imagery they're trying to put to us.
You think you see more women in power than you see men in power that are black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I feel like the credibility that a black man will have is because he has a black woman. Because if I know a black man that's telling me something to do has a white woman, I'm not listening to that nigga. Let's be real though. Let's be real. If a black man has a white wife or someone that's not black as his partner, I'm like, you speak all this blackness and this and the third. But if your wife is black,
but you don't think we do the same thing to women?
No, because black women get a pass. If you have a white man, it's a come up for black women. Because when Serena was with X, Y, and Z, there was like, oh, but now that she's with this one man that's treating her right and he's a millionaire just like her, it's like, oh, you messing on her level. You messing on your level. Same for Rihanna.
I get it in that part, but I feel like black men, when it comes to like movies and shows, I feel like we see black men more in leadership roles than we see black women, in my opinion. But for what you're saying, that's true. Black women are allowed to dance outside our race, and we're not judged for it. Yeah. As far as a black man dances outside race, it's like, oh no, black women aren't good enough for you. But but when black women dance outside our race, it's like, look at that, go, you go, girl.
But this is what I have to say when it comes to traumatic things. When we have to constantly be aware of. We are still seeing things today. Like, she said when we're growing up, we're seeing things like Dr. Seuss. But today we're still seeing things as a racist undertone where we feel like the white person is always the savior. Like, I have examples of The Blind Side, where it was Michael Orr, who is a football legend in some people's eyes. I don't watch football, so I don't know. But he had a crackhead mother and X, Y, and Z, and then the white people came in and saved him, and next thing you know, he's a football legend. Another movie that we talk about that the white person is a savior, I think the problem is like, what is it? Black Panther. Even Black Panther. The superhero is black. The whole family and everything is black. But who was the savior? The white person that had nothing to do with the country. Another person or another movie is 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
The white person is always the savior. We keep getting fed this idea that black people cannot save themselves or can't get out of their traumas by themselves, that we always need the assistance or the help from someone white.
White savior complex.
And then when we overtake or we are more stronger or what is the word? It's not more stronger, because that's not even a word. When we are acceding the person that is brought us in, we have a tragic end. Like, if we have someone that is above us that's controlling it, like you know, in the government. Because even Martin Luther King had I want to say the White House, because I don't even know who was in the White House. I wish my ignorance was not like.
I think it was JFK was president of Martin Luther King.
But I'm just saying, yeah, like when we have white counterparts that are willing to give us things that we implement or we want, but when we start acceding what they want us to have for ourselves, we die. We get assassinated. Yeah. We have to have a tragic ending. Why do our victories or our like beginnings of
always start with a tragic ending? Like any movement that comes with blackness starts with a tragic ending.
Yep.
Any like the civil rights movement started going forward because of
Martin Luther King's
assassination. Whenever the Rodney King riots happened, started with
a black man dying.
First started with that little girl who got shot by that Asian lady.
Facts.
And then it started with Rodney King dying, and then that's when Rodney King dying. That Rodney King getting beat up, and that's when those riots happened. That's when people started focusing on what was going on with the whole segregation. It happened with was it the bus going on fire?
Yep.
And that's brought the light. It's always
a tragedy. Even with
to push it forward, it always has a tragedy.
Fred Hampton, when we were talking, even when we talk about learning our history of like things that happen with our blackness, it always starts with a tragedy. Like we said before in our episode of like Black culture is the culture. Why do we learn that our first appearance on this earth happened by slavery?
Yeah.
Like
that's Africa, the first thing we learn as black people in America. The first thing y'all learn is slavery.
Slavery is like slavery happened. Get over it. Boo-hoo.
Slavery happened, then MLK happened, and then
now you're here. Now you're here. And then Obama. And Obama's supposed to be our fucking savior because y'all. You know what? We all went through all this shit. Y'all didn't get your reparations. Y'all didn't get anything else. But we gave y'all a black president.
Yeah.
We gave y'all a black president.
So what is the first movie you remember? Your first black trauma movie that you remember watching?
The first black trauma movie that I remember watching is Amistad. I just remember white people overpowering black people and just like I just feel like I remember the feeling more than I actually remember the movie.
You always do.
And I just was watching that shit and I was really traumatized and it wasn't even me. And I labeled myself as an empath. So I feel like I feel things at a higher vibration and I always feel like I just know. I'm like, that just, even if it's acting, it just feels so real.
Yeah. Yeah, my first trauma movie is Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu is like I think a 4 or a 6 hour movie. I watched this shit on VHS. That's how old this fucking movie is and how long ago it was.
VHS is how long it was for Amistad.
Yeah, so pretty much Shaka Zulu is it's a movie about this man who is a product of rape, I think. And pretty much about the whole colonization of how white people came to Africa and colonized it and all that stuff. So it's really a educational movie, but it's also trauma is related to it.
So even when we're just watching shit, we have to live this life. There's traumatic things that we have to deal with on a constant basis. Like, I don't know any other race. I'm not even trying to be like just biased on our struggles, but I'm black first, like I keep saying. I've never seen any other race that has to constantly see unarmed people that look like them dying at an alarming rate online.
Yeah.
And it's not even just black men, it's black women. It's like anyone that is against the norm of what is fitting into this perfect square of what America seems fit or deems fit. If you're a Mason, it's a problem. If you're someone that fights back, it's a problem. If you're someone that's outspoken, it's a problem. Because once they have in their mind that you're a threat, you have to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was seen when we was watching Judas and Black Messiah. Like, they were watching him very closely for months, surveillancing him. And they infiltrated his fucking facility with someone that looks like him. Yeah. And it gained his trust that was close enough to him to allow him to let his guard down so they can kill him.
Yeah. Only because he wanted to give kids
healthcare
and help his community. And not have white people kill black people, y'all.
That's literally the only reason why he killed. Because he did not want war on white people. He never spoke on war on white people.
Look, he kind of did a little bit.
But I feel like
but you kind of have to.
I'm gonna say it's give and take. You can't literally keep getting slapped in the fucking face. Like what do white people say? Don't piss on me and say that it's raining.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, because I would never say that as a black person that I am. But it's just saying, like, we have to be in the confinements of what they see suitable to be accepted, or they're going to take us out. Because they said if he was to go to jail, he would be more famous than he would be if we were just to kill him right now.
Yeah, they did say that because it would immortalize him. That's
Facts.
what they said. Another thing that we go through as black people that's traumatic is not trying to make everything about race when literally everything's about race.
It is about race.
And it's crazy how y'all are the people that kind of made everything about race.
Facts.
So you can't get mad at us for internalizing something that we've always
dealt with.
So yeah, when I go to a restaurant and I feel like I'm not getting
great service,
it may not be about race, but it
roots from race.
It kind of could be about race because the history is when black people go somewhere,
they don't see it.
Service, So it's just it's really hard not to try to go to the workplace. I mean, we don't work in corporate America, So I can only imagine women who work in corporate America and how the little microaggressions they go through, and they have a feeling it's because of their race, but they can't say it's because of my race, because it'll be like the little girl who cried wolf. They don't take it seriously. They're like, it's always about race with her.
Yep.
No, literally everything is about race.
Facts. It really is.
Everything.
And the thing is,
from where we live, from our healthcare, from where we get the. I saw this Twitter story about this lady who got her house appraised by a white lady, and then she put the market value $300,000 less than what it was worth. Wow. And when they got appraised by a black person, they got more money. So it's literally everything is about race.
Yeah. Honestly.
So, and we can't always can't keep saying that it's about race.
Because it sounds like we are being mindful of it. Yeah, we're complaining, and we should be so grateful that you guys are even considering us as human beings, because we weren't considered humans until what?
Yeah.
I wish that I had the same dates that I knew, but y'all know the Constitution had to make us fucking people. So, and I mean, tagging on what she was saying.
The amendments.
The amendments. You know what the fuck I meant.
We're still 3/4 of a human being.
In their eyes. Which the Constitution can be amended, honestly.
It's still there.
But, another thing to tag on what she was saying is like dealing with microaggressions when it comes to workplace environments. Like me and Sammy always say that when we're looking for a new job, we have to look the part to get the job. Because every time I'm trying to get a job, I put my little fucking wig on that's straight.
Yeah.
I don't put no curls in it. I make sure it's straight as fuck. I make sure it's laid. I make sure my makeup is great. And
you can't look like a black girl.
You can't look like a black girl. You have to look like you are appeasing to white people, but you can still be relatable to black people. Honestly. Yeah. And that's what I said. I said, but once you get the job, you take the wig off and you come into work looking like me.
We get our box braids. I get my curly hair shit. Like, I just go back to being a nigga. Like,
because the place that I work at right now, it's like, I'm like the only person that looks like me. And because actually there was other black girl that worked there, and she started working there again like a few weeks ago. And so she acts very white, like honestly. And it's like you could tell she acts white, and she tries to act like she's down, but I'm like, sis, I know you're not down. I know, because it's okay to not be down, but don't act like you are down when I'm there, and then like talk about me when I'm leaving, because I know it's probably what she does. But I was at work, and there was this guy. He was talking to this one girl right in front of me. Mind you, I was standing like not even like 2 or 3 feet away from him, and like he was like making a jokey joke, and he thought it was funny, and I really wanted to slap the shit out of him. He was like, I think my mom's racist. And the girl's like, why? Why is your mom racist? And he was like, my mom started drug testing me after I brought my black friend home. And I'm just looking at him like, so you really want to say that black people are the root of drugs? We're not going to talk about how the government brought drugs into the community. We're not going to talk about how the government brought guns into the community to fund wars. But y'all going to sit here and
how old is this boy?
He's probably like early 20s.
That's exactly what we're not talking about, because he's not thinking about it.
But the thing is, it's like, don't be ignorant and don't say shit like that and think it's funny. Like, it's not funny, because you're talking about a community that has to deal with this shit. Like, we have to deal with the crack epidemic. We have to deal with like the 3 strikes and you're out.
Do you know a crackhead?
Do I know no crackhead? No, I don't.
I don't know a crackhead.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, do we not know we know a crackhead?
We might not know we know a crackhead.
That's the thing. I never thought about that.
Maybe there's functioning crackheads. I don't fucking know.
Are crackheads common?
I don't know.
We talk about crackheads, but I don't.
I haven't seen one, but I know someone that knows a crackhead.
Oh, I saw a crackhead outside of Ross today.
No, but I'm saying I know someone that knows a crackhead, and he said they might be functional, but they are not here.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe we do know them, but we don't know that we know them.
Yeah.
But I'm just
not
saying,
like the stereotype.
But it's like, for someone to say something like that, like, it's so funny and cavalier, it's not funny, because like in the history of Black people, we've dealt with drugs because that was our other out from what we were dealing with. It's like, we have been oppressed for so long, and then we've had so much against us that makes us not succeed. So it's kind of hard to say, like, it's funny when it's not.
Yeah. Another Black trauma that we have to go through is the incarceration rate that we have. More than any race of people, Black people are more likely to be in jail. We're more likely to be incarcerated at a younger age, and we're likely to get incarcerated, like, in school. There's a lot of times where kids get arrested in school when a white kid or a different race does something and they don't get arrested. So that's something I honestly, I never really thought about prison or jail, but that's not something that I dealt with in my life because of my upbringing. But people who are born and raised in different neighborhoods, that's something that you face constantly. Like, walking down the street, you're like, oh, he's in jail, my brother in jail, my cousin in jail, my uncle in jail, my daddy in jail, my wife. Like, there's always someone that's in jail.
But statistically, like, I don't know the actual numbers, but I know for a fact that you at least know someone that's been in jail, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know someone
that's been in jail.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We've dated people that have been in jail. We know people that have been in jail.
Yeah.
We have had run-ins with the law.
Yeah.
It's like, we are more likely to be scrutinized for tiny infractions from someone from our counterparts. Like, it's like, because maybe it's because of the drug, not even because of what it is, because white people have a problem with oxys or something else.
Yeah.
They get sent to rehab.
Yeah.
Us, caught with crack or weed.
Prison.
And I was talking to someone, and they said the difference between crack and cocaine. Crack sends you to jail. Cocaine does not.
Rehab. When white people are in drugs, it's dealt as a mental illness thing. When Black people are in drugs, it's dealt with prison.
And they said the only difference between the two is they added baking soda into it to make it more addictive. Crack has baking soda into it to make it less valuable, to cut it more, and it makes it more addictive.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard. Not that I know.
Not that I know. I'm just saying, I heard from a second story. Traumatic thing that we deal with is colorism. It's like, we deal with that through white people and through our own race. It's the fact that, we're on a scale of how dark you are, how light you are, because
I don't think I've ever dealt with colorism from a white person.
Yes, you have. When you said, we were talking about Matt Murphy.
He told me I'm pretty for a Black girl.
That's still colorism, though, because at the end of the day, like, he said, I don't usually like Black girls. But it's like,
he meant like Black girls. That's like a race thing, not like a light-skinned Black girls, dark-skinned Black girl. He said Black girl, period.
But I mean, I think you said because your sister was lighter than you, and you were.
I'm saying I've never dealt with colorism from white people. I didn't say I've dealt with color. Every time I dealt with colorism, it's always with Black people.
But you got to think about it. The stem of the root was white people, though. They're the ones that made colorism a thing.
Yeah, no. I agree, but I'm just saying my experience. I've never dealt with white people ever saying anything about my skin tone. It's always been Black people.
But it's been inadvertently, because we even talked about it before at work when we worked at Bar Louie. When you're lighter than me, you don't consider yourself lighter than me, but we are lighter than each other. You're lighter than me.
Yeah,
and I said, you're more aggressive than I am when it comes to dealing with people. Yes, you are. But who was treated as the aggressive one? Me. And I said nothing. I said nothing about
Bar Louie?
Yes, when it came to Andy. We're going to talk about this bitch. I mean, she's going to come up in our entire life because that's how it started.
Yeah.
You were the one that was directly saying, you're not getting this, you're not this, isn't third.
Yeah.
But who was saw it as a threat? Me.
Yeah, what did you say to her?
I said nothing. That's what I'm saying. You are the one that said something to her. And you even texted her outside of work. Like, I'm the one that said this isn't a third.
Yeah.
But I got fired because I'm not a team player. And that people see me as,
Yeah.
But you're the one that was doing it.
Yeah.
So you're saying you haven't dealt with it, but you've dealt with it, but they never said that's what they were dealing with.
Yeah. I probably
you got a preference. Like, some places, like, even when we say camp, like certain jobs.
Yeah.
We know we can't get it because we don't look like them.
Yeah.
What they want, aesthetically pleasing. They want you to look like you are Black, but you're not Black.
Yeah.
And then the same for me. When I find guys that were like, what are you mixed with? You look so exotic. I'm Black and Black and Black. Mm-hmm. So people don't tell you that you're dealing with colorism. You just deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That fucking Yeah. So how do we heal from our trauma?
I mean, I think the way that you deal with your trauma is be a part of the narrative, control it, and like be a part of the conversation, because I don't want a white person telling my story. I don't want the first time. I'm being serious.
I'm just saying, what is Ami was this young black woman who was 5'1" and like
I'm 5'1". Thank you for putting someone stuck on my height.
What is the story that this white person?
Not even that. I just don't want them to be a part of the narrative of my story. Just like get out. Like I don't want them to be the person that tell my story. I want to be like this.
What story are they telling? What's the story a white person gonna tell about you?
Slavery. And I was never a slave. My ancestors were never a slave. Respectfully, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want my child to think that the first time that black people came to, America was slavery, because I keep telling people we are aboriginals to this land. Us and Native Americans were here before the white people came here. And, like, when you discover something doesn't mean that's the first time it was there. Mm-hmm. Just like when we say Christopher Columbus, he didn't even come to America first. He came where? What was it?
The Bahamas.
Exactly. And the Bahamas, because of the sun, you don't look like them, And the reason why they have this mindset is because, rape, slavery, X, Y, and Z, they are creating the narrative of what our life started as. So if you're going to ask Ami Teray what her story was, I mean, generationally, we're from West Africa, My mom came here at 16, so I've never experienced that shit, but my child will never feel the heat of you need reparations and X, Y, Z because you started with slavery. You started by love. You started by peace. You started by someone coming into your fucking bubble and your space, bring you to a country you never asked to be at. But even though it wasn't slavery, my mom chose to be here. So I'm just saying, if I'm going to be part of the narrative, my story starts with, you came here by choice.
Okay. Honestly, y'all, I don't know how the fuck we heal from these black traumas in movies and black traumas in real life. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know how we heal from that. Honestly, we just take it day by day, wake up, be black, love being black, put ourselves in situations where we are around people who love us in those spaces. Just live. I don't know how we help. I have no answer to that. I have no idea what to say. But yeah, I don't.
There probably isn't an answer.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you could try not to be offended. You could try to be part of the narrative, but even if you try to do all those things, it seems too forceful. It seems like you're trying to do too much. But I mean, also another way, you just make sure that you're do your research, honestly, because I'm not saying Ancestry.com, because I'm not sending my DNA to no white person. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ask I'm not going to ask them where the fuck I'm from, because I know at the root of who I am, I'm black. I don't need to know if I'm 15% European. I don't need to know that shit. I just feel like do your research and just understand that, like, our story does not start with slavery. It does not end with slavery.
It does not.
Because you know what? Jews have surpassed the Holocaust. So why the fuck do we keep talking about slavery?
Yeah. Let's get some motherfucking questions.
Facts.
Is the black experience rooted in trauma?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no heroic story that doesn't end in tragedy or
start in a tragedy.
Start or end in tragedy. Because even with Fred Hampton, like I kept saying earlier, or Huey Newton, it's like they did so much for the black community, but then they die. Even Martin Luther King, he did so much for us. Got this and third done, but then he died. Not even died. Let's not say died. They got assassinated.
Yeah, they were murdered.
So is it difference if you die by natural causes and X, Y? You literally served your purpose for the white people, and then they killed you. They gave you just enough to give you hope, because that's what we say. Niggas ain't got shit else but what they got.
That's bitches, but yeah, hope. What's your question, girl?
My question is, do you think we learn enough about Black history, and why is Black history the shortest month of the year?
I don't think we learn enough of about Black history until we become adults.
Facts.
Everything I've learned is through being in college and learning. I'm like, what things just do? Teachers like, why didn't we know about this? Like, what the fuck? Y'all purposely. It is strategic for us to not know about our history. Let's be clear.
Let's be real.
So when we get to an age, and I love how Gen Z now are being more. They're smarter than us. They're learning more than us. They're learning about
I don't know. If you eating Tide Pods, you're not smarter than me.
That's just some people. Are we gonna blame a whole group of people over some people?
Yeah, because they doing cinnamon challenges. They doing you not gonna tell me Gen Z is smarter than me. I met my sister.
But they are though. The TikTok, like they really are. They're
smart. More technologically savage, but they don't use the technology that they have for betterment. They use it for monetary gain.
Kids, like the way I see my niece working her iPad, the way I see her doing stuff, the way she these kids are really smart. I feel like these group of kids are gonna change the world. I
disagree with you. I respect your opinion, but I do not feel like they're smarter than me. I'm telling you, I met my sister. That bitch is not smarter than me. Even without a degree, that bitch is not smarter than me.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay. My question is, would you rather be with a poor black man that lives in a hotel or a rich white man?
A poor black man. No, I lied. I'm lying. I'm capping as fuck. I don't want to be in the struggle with no one. So I do not want to live in a hotel. White man, take me home.
White man. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna cheat though, because I need my fix. Because a white man probably not gonna do it for me. I've never been with a white man, and I don't choose that life for myself.
I will 100% be a Tia Mari.
Say what now?
I will 100% be a Tia Mari.
What is that?
Tia Mari.
Who's Tia Mari?
Sister.
Oh, dead. Tia. That's Tamara. Thank you. It's Tamara.
Shit.
Tamara's the white one. Tamara's the white one.
I will 100% be a Tamara Mari.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the struggle.
A white man's whore.
I do not want to live the trauma even more while I'm an adult when I know better. So absolutely fucking not. She said Tia. Tia is the black one.
Tia's the black one. Shout out to Tia though. You a real ass nigga.
You a real ass bitch. Give a fuck about a nigga.
Last question. Do you think Michael Jackson touched the little boys?
No, I do not.
No?
You know why? I think that psychologically he wasn't there. So he, at a young age, was very trained to be a certain way, and he never had to have a childhood. So you have to think at many times when people don't get that luxury of being who they are, they revert to that. So to him, he's still a child in his mind because Michael never had a chance to grow up. He never did, honestly. Mm-hmm. I don't think he touched them because I don't think he was a sexual person. Because let's be real, his kids were not even his kids. And he still claimed them. You really gonna tell me a black man had white kids?
Yeah. I've seen it.
With paternity test to prove it?
You haven't seen those two twins? That one came out black, one came out white, and they're both black parents?
I don't believe that. I think, you know how they're on the spectrum of like asexual and pansexual, and I think he was asexual. I don't think that he had any sexual desires because you're with women just for the look of it, not for the actual.
No, but I'm saying you can have you can be black and have white kids. So.
I know, but I'm just saying I don't think that he was a sexual human being. There was nothing about Michael that because
you don't
kids.
Think Michael had sex?
I'm not saying I don't think he had sex, but I don't think that he had sexual desires. I feel like he probably did have sex, but I think that some people don't need to have sex to be fulfilled.
What about Michael Jackson makes you feel like he doesn't have sexual desires?
Bro, how he talks, his demeanor. Some people are so honed in on.
How he talks, man. He ain't got no sexual desires.
No, I mean that ass. I don't, because I've met asexuals. I'm like, bro, you're asexual, and they're like, yeah, I have no sexual desires. Because one of my best friends.
I think Michael Jackson has sexual desires.
I don't think so, and I don't. Do you think he touched the kids? Because people, even the kids that hung out with him said that they never touched him. Even after he died, they said he didn't touch him.
I don't think Michael Jackson touched those little boys, but I do feel like he was on some weird shit.
Definitely probably on some weird shit, but I told you it's because he wasn't fundamentally there because...
But I feel like not having a childhood doesn't make you, okay, maybe for some people it does. But a lot of people don't have childhoods. A lot of people have to raise their kids. Raise their parents'
But
kids.
I'm just saying,
A lot of people have to, lose their childhoods and they don't act weird like that.
Yes, they do. Some people are turned into serial killers. Some people turn into fucking pedophiles. Some people turn into... I know, we ended up getting an hour episode when we said we was not going to do that shit. I'm so upset. What the fuck? But no, I just think that so many times where I met people that have been raped or molested or something, they try to get that back. Like R. Kelly. They try to get that shit back because his childhood was ruined by his sister.
Yeah.
So he tried to get it back by dating younger girls, X, Y, and Z. But Michael does not give me the same Robert Kelly vibes. Let's be real.
Michael does not give me predatory vibes. But then again, maybe that's what it is about him that makes him a predator, because he don't give him predatory vibes.
You know what? We're going to let him rest in peace. I'm not going to talk about him. I love him. I appreciate him, and his work will live on forever.
Michael Jackson touched him on the
Don't
face?
say that he did, because I'm fighting anyone that said that on site.
I don't know. I don't think he did that.
So thank y'all for following us on this journey about, like, black traumas and stopping them. Because
and can we stop making movies about black traumas? I want to see movies about
black success stories.
Just not just that. Just white people get random quirky movies about being white and being fun and being loving.
Can we have the same thing?
Can we have the same thing? I just want a movie about a black girl who's a teenager and who isn't a drug addict.
Or who's a teen mom.
Or who's a teen mom. Or who isn't, like, just crazy shit. Just a random quirky
Black people cannot have that story, though. In their eyes, for it to be marketable, it has to have a struggle story that resonates with people. That's the reason why they keep perpetuating this idea
because we keep going and watching these movies.
Exactly. So we're the ones that are, like, telling them it's okay. So be mindful of what you're saying. Be mindful of what you're putting into your body, what you're giving to your kids, giving to yourself. And at the end of the day, follow us on all social medias at this Real Spill except Twitter, which is
Sippers1.
And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star bitches.
I sip wine.